And welcome to the finale of Little Samson, where if we were playing on easy mode, that actually would have been the end of the game at the castle, which I am going to show off that ending in the excerpt part. Or actually, I think I just might stick that onto this video. We'll just see how that goes. But right now, there's a mysterious castle in the sky that needs to be conquered. And this is more or less a gauntlet of stages, and they are much shorter than the other stages. But the biggest issue with these stages is that you don't get any health refills between stages. Instead, we just gotta make do with what we got. And really, that just involves getting past all these eyeballs and all these other guys. I mean, let's see, fortunately Gam was able to take care of most of that stuff because, well, he's the only one not currently dying. So, alright, that works. Let's see, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the potion for dragon, and then I'm just gonna pick up that spare potion. And this is really the really what these stages are for, is just getting your health back while just trying to get past all the stuff this stage throws at you. Which, as I've said before, the stages are short, but at the same time they can wear you down before reaching the bosses. And see, yeah, really all I'm doing is just trying to navigate my way through here. And of course we are doing this the easy way. So now we got our rematch with death. So what we gotta do is just stick with a strategy. And he is a little bit faster this time from what I observed. So we just need to keep moving and keep firing. And then just like so. It is a little bit different just because of the way that he moves. I mean, his pattern isn't really set, and unfortunately there are no walls that you can accidentally get stuck on. Like, you can accidentally climb them and almost get yourself killed like I did. And then, yeah, these rematches aren't really as much different, but it's just a matter of just getting past them without getting killed. I mean, I did compare them to the endurance rounds in Mortal Kombat. Let's see, yeah, that's just how that goes. Alright, just, alright, now that he's done, we gotta get our rematch with the first boss. So what that's gonna entail too is, just getting the hell out of the way of things. And just like before, we're gonna let this thing go. And then, what I'm doing is I'm just using dragon to get some concentrated shots in. And then you can really do a lot more damage that way. And then just jump and dodge and we're good. Just like before. I'm gonna go reset my recording now. I'll just see you guys soon. And now that we're back, let's just go ahead and get this going. And what we're doing, just like before, is just trying to restore our health and just make it past all this stupid stuff that the game just decides to throw at us. And really the eyeballs aren't that big a problem as long as you time them on their way down. But yeah, just don't let that be a problem. And then with these skulls, I mean, they're pretty easy enough just as long as you remember how to attack them. And I'm just letting Golem do the dirty work here. Let's see, I just don't want to get caught off guard by this thing. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And then we're just going to let Golem get that one. Alright, well that worked. And then let's just go ahead and just keep going here. And yeah, I'm just going to use mouse to cheese this section just because. So all we need to do is just travel across. And this is going to be our rematch with the Thunder Knight. And let's just go ahead and get Dragon going here. And just like before, I'm going to use Dragon to land big shots and just keep going that way. And then also Dragon can actually jump over him, unlike Samson or the mouse. Well, then again, the mouse might be able to. But at the same time, it's just easier with Dragon. At least that's just the way I find it. Okay, so we're gonna get Samson back up and running. Because we have got ourselves another rematch with that stone dragon that killed me twice that last time. So now what we gotta do is stay low. At least for the most part. Alright, let's see, just go there. And yeah, I'm probably not gonna be talking as much as I could be, but at the same time, that's just kind of the way this game goes. And then again, if he just decides to stay in front of me like that, then you know what, that works too. Alright, just keep going. Alright, well that definitely went a lot better than I thought that would. But with that said, here we are at the last section. So we just gotta worry about these stupid pterodactyls or gargoyles or something. Then again, I just want to I do not need to be getting hit this much. So I think the way I'm going to attack this is that I'm just going to let Mouse handle this. And then, yeah, let's just get that for Gam. And then Samson can get this. Now I'm going to get hit here. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, see, maneuvering here is really precise, especially with these damn pterodactyls that just pop up whenever they want. Alright, actually, no, wait, I'm pretty sure they're gargoyles, but still. So, let's see, I think the rest of this stage shouldn't be too tricky, but for this part I want to get Dragon up because I just want to worry about these stupid, or just this stupid platforming section, which can get you killed if you're not careful, because those platforms fall. So, let's see, we're almost up to the end here, so okay, let's just get in the door. And now we're up against the final boss, and that is going to be the Demon Lord or something. I don't know. But the point is, what we want to do is we want to take care of this explosive, because that thing will damage us if it is allowed to detonate. So I'm just going to use Mouse for this first part. And yeah, with a turbo button and mouse bombs, that is going to make that thing a lot easier. And for this second part, the Demon Knight, he can do a variety of things, and really what's going to make him tricky is just if his attacks catch you off guard. And also if he gets trapped in the corner. But fortunately, Mouse was able to take care of him. And yeah, that was the final boss. That was actually pretty easy. But we're not done yet. Since this is an NES game, or since this is a video game, we do have to escape. And we're gonna start off by having to switch characters, and also there are a lot of like these explosions that show up at different spots that do hurt your characters. So we kind of want Gam to be taking the bullets for the most part. And we do want to just progress forward. Fortunately, there's nothing going on behind us, so we can actually take our time and finish the stage that way. But what I'm doing is just running. I mean, the game does kind of trick you into rushing, and then you just end up getting yourself killed. I think that's kind of cruel of the game, but unfortunately that's just the way it goes, and I'm going to get Mouse killed here if I'm not careful. I mean, Mouse did win that final battle for me, so I've got to just maneuver here carefully. And by the way, this wall is also instant kill, so let's just go ahead and use the power of invincibility frames here. And yeah, that is, well, we get one more confrontation here with the final boss. Except that this is actually a cutscene, so we can't actually do anything. And Dragon's here just trying to fight back, and unfortunately Dragon decided to be a hero and just decided to take the final boss down with her. And they're just standing here. And it turns out Dragon made it, so we're good to go. And yeah, that is the end of Little Samson. So let's just go ahead and hitch our ride home. Now, of course, riding the dragon home. And then we get this little ending sequence. And I think there are credits here too. Actually, there should be. But for my overall thoughts on the game, this is a fantastic game. The platforming is great, the controls are terrific. And as I've said before, I especially love the problem-solving aspect that this game throws at you. They give you so many different options to work with as to how you're going to attack the stages, how you're going to attack the bosses. And it does add to great replay value too, because you can do things like a Samson only run, you can do a mouse only run. You know, just crazy stuff like that that just really adds replay value. But I mean, that does work provided that you're creative enough to use it. But really, the only thing this game was guilty of was coming out too late, because if this game came out in, say, 1990, this game would easily be in every top 25 NES games list. But as it stands now, this one is an expensive game because it is a late NES game. But it is also one of the best ones out there and definitely comes recommended. Let's see, I haven't really decided what I'm going to play next. But I do have to record the extra stuff because there were some alternate paths that I missed. And I also do have to show off the easy mode ending. Let's see, I should also mention the music's fantastic too, which is also great. And also Mouse decided to do some kind of victory dance. I don't really know why. But anyway, our crew's hailed as heroes. And of course, Taito, thank you for making a fantastic game. But then we get like a few other fancy credit sequences here with the creators and the producers. Although I never really heard of most of these guys before this game. And then you get this fancy little, or not really an animation, but this fancy little graphic of all the 4 characters. And if you do keep it here, I mean it just stays in this sequence. But either way, that is it for Little Samson, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon at the next one. And it turns out that there is another alternate pathway. And I only found out about this through watching somebody else's LP of this game. And it is pretty difficult to think to want to fall down this waterfall, but then this happens. So what we're in is that, it's this one stage where you're playing just as Samson and you have to ride like this giant crab or something. And what I do like about this stage, it does let you figure things out, and also just get you to play as Samson and see, like, you know, how strong he is without his buddies around. And, you know, those kind of things. But either way, the tricky thing about this stage is the fact that there are no checkpoints, so you do have to make it through this whole thing. I mean, there is the occasional health refill, but that's really about it. So yeah, I mean, this part does get tricky because you do have to, like, avoid these stupid plants, and then you also have to, like, figure out when to use the walls and when not to. Or when to keep riding the crab. Like, I don't remember if that wall was instant kill, but, you know, I just decided to stay away from it. But either way, yeah, there are a whole bunch of other alternate pathways you can take, and some of them involve some pretty convoluted things, like killing one of the bosses with mouse, I think killing the second boss, and then you do get to skip certain stages, but in my LP I actually didn't skip any of the stages. So I mean, I was able to show off almost every stage before this one. Let's see, this part, I was just trying to figure out what to do here, and then it turns out what I had to do was, just climb across. And yeah, that's something that is going to throw people off at times. But anyway, this boss really isn't too tricky. All you have to do is just mind these stupid pterodactyls, and this is early in the game, so those guys can't throw you off. And yeah, that's really all there is to this boss, and fortunately he is very simple. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. My recording schedule is going to be a bit different because I got some traveling to do, so I'm not really sure when I'm going to be able to get the next series started, but I have picked out the next series, and I think it's one that everybody involved is going to enjoy. But once he's done, we get the bell and we get our buddies back, so that's always good. And then this happens.